Now I gotta talk about my boy Will. There's a lot of come out. There's a lot of been updates, but I waited. I waited until more stuff came out. People didn't think it was real. I thought it was real. Crazy. Now I gotta say up front, I don't like it. It could have been. I feel like it could have been anyone, any other two people. Because I love Will. I love fucking Chris Rock. It could have been any other two people. People are justifying the slap because he made fun of my wife, blah blah blah. The joke wasn't that serious. Like it really wasn't like a real dig at her or whatnot. But there's been clips like he's been going at her yearly. But this is like realistically, what could you go at Will Smith? His thing, Will Smith is so loved. What do you have against him? Like, what can you say against Will Smith? Like, he's literally, he's always doing the right thing. Like, he's so positive. He's always doing the right thing. Anything that's against him is usually from his wife. His wife is doing some weird shit. His wife is saying some weird shit about him. Their kids are doing some weird shit. It's never Will himself who's doing something. When you hear things about Will in the news prior to the slap, it was literally just professional shit, like his movie career. He doing some weight loss thing because he was sad about his body. Like all these things, like it was nothing out of the ordinary for Will. Just like, hey, Will's doing this positive thing. Will's doing this positive thing. He has his camera laugh. Like I don't think it's even his real laugh. Because we're currently looking at a broken man. Now, he slapped Chris. Alright. Then people want to dive into why he did it. Da-da. Okay. But his wife spends every waking moment belittling this man to the world. Every waking moment. Nobody in his family cares about him. No one. Jada's career was it was really going nowhere. And I see articles like this, the Matrix actor. Yo, she wasn't even the main person in the Matrix. She wasn't even like top 5 billing. But I'm not trying to put, actually, you know what? I am trying to slander her. Like, you're not going to come, yo, just divorce the man. They both just need to get the fuck away from each other. Will's been broke. Like, Will's been so robotic throughout. So, like, you don't even understand. Like, when have you actually seen like a genuine response from this guy? Like, that's just pure pressure. That's a lot of me just thinking about overall his whole attitude towards life. I'm putting a lot of how I think his life is. I don't know for sure. This is a lot of feelings, no facts on some of these things. But it's like, you gotta understand. Your wife spends every waking moment to talk about Tupac. And whenever she gets a chance to talk about him, it's always at the detriment of your husband, Will. Always. There's nothing good. Like, when was the last time you even praised Will without saying something backhanded? And career-wise, people keep saying that Will lucked up. How? Will was on a trajectory going out of here. I think his only downfall was messing with this girl. Just messing with Jada was like his downfall. Like, he didn't need her. Like, he put her on such a pedestal that whatever she did, it didn't work. It was like just weird shit. Then his daughter, fresh in blood, writes a letter talking about Tupac. His daughter is young enough that Tupac wasn't even alive when she was born. And why is she talking about Tupac? That means her mom was talking about Tupac. You don't see, still I've yet to see anyone defend Will in his family. Still have yet to see anyone defend them. His daughter didn't say shit. His son didn't say shit. Because they all ain't shit. They're all ungrateful. They all used and abused this man. Just objectively speaking, They've all used and abused this man to get to where they are. Jada, whole career, she got most of her roles because she was married to Will. Or there was interaction with Will. Now, let me just put a pause. Alright, I had to pull up her fucking filmography. Now, Menace Society 2. She was on 20. That was a single role. Let's go. Nutty Professor. Set It Off. Which is arguably the best movie she's been in. But was her character instrumental in the movie? I don't think so. Still going through the list. Ali. That's literally because of Will. And everything else after that, I can contribute to Will. Her being attached to Will. Just looking. Men in Black 3. Will. I'm going to be honest, and I'm probably not giving her the best of light because right now, but it really seems that Will was the one that kept her career afloat. Because realistically, the Matrix could have picked any person to play that role. That wasn't an essential main role. Scream, I guess, but nothing is. There's no hits here besides Set It Off. And don't even get me started on the new Matrix. But there's not a lot there. So I could make a strong argument that being connected to Will, she got benefits in the Hollywood lifestyle. But that's everybody. Being connected to a superstar in some form or fashion will open doors for you. And that's not just because they're married. Do I think she's actually a good actor? I gotta watch Set It Off one more time. Because I feel like that's their best role. So that's the one I have to watch again. But I've seen her in other things. She's in like one of those weird places that she's just acting as herself in all these roles. Now, there's a lot of people who do that, and they definitely should get the criticism too, because it's like, yo, you're basically playing yourself in these roles, which is quite annoying. But people like that. People want that. When they say they want that person, this is the person they see. Boom. It is what it is. But then she had her show Hawthorne. I think she was a doctor in that. A traveling doctor. Literally trash. Collateral. Most of these I shouldn't even need to go to. It's just literally she doesn't have enough in her career to be like, yo, this is this. But back to the rest of the weird shit that his family does. His mother, her mother, I don't know what she did before. But like I said, everybody is just bleeding this man dry. And it was just funny because people kept saying, like, people kept trying to say, like, the Red Table Talk is probably like the worst thing for Will. I don't think that they would have gave her a show if Will wasn't attached to it in some form or fashion. Because I don't think she has the type of star power. Like, her career has been mediocre. But now, am I just slandering her because of my love for Will? That's the real question. She is a dirty bitch for what she's doing. I feel like if the roles reversed and you just heard a man just talking shit about his wife repeatedly throughout the years, everyone would have no qualms of being like, yo, what the fuck is up with this? Like Stockholm Syndrome type shit, like, just needs the abuse. And then his daughter, especially, trifling. Your whole thing was bigging up your mother at the expense of your father. Like, did your father not do anything in your life? A lot of doors would have been like, I don't even. The thing is, like, music wise, you're not bad, but you can't say that the name itself Will's name didn't open a lot of doors for you. Let's be very, very clear. Everyone at the red table talk benefits off Will. No one even cared what the fuck they had to say if they weren't attached to Will. That's the thing. Now, I should probably actually watch more of the red table talk when they're not just shitting on Will and actually seeing what they're actually talking about. But it's just a lot of weirdness that they're all just making money right now. Jada's mom, like, I don't even know what she does outside of this. I just, like, literally, I think it's just fucking shitting on Will. Or if the episode was about something else, it somehow leads back to her saying some slick side shit against Will. And this guy's just been eating it and eating it. His daughter's against him. The fuck you write that note for? Like, oh, Tupac, come back, mommy misses you. I know you're still alive. You know how fucking crazy that is? First of all, how did we even know about the fucking note? I'm hoping that the note's not real. Let's just... Yo, that shit is so sick. Let's just really think about it. The man in your life who basically supports your everyone in that household, your mom, you, your brother, your grandma, your half brother, like, he supports all of them. Off the strength alone of his name, you guys were able to do so much shit. I'm not saying that they're not talented in their specific thing. Well, Jada, I am. I'm not saying she's talented at all. Like I said, the one movie she's been in that I believe is her best body of work. Everything else I think was just subpar. But Set It Off was like with 3 other actors, and the way they brought that was star power. The other 3 people, Queen Latifah, I can't remember their names, but the other 3 people killed the game. So literally, did that win any awards? Hold on, I definitely got to look up Set It Off. Let's figure that out. Like, 'cause I feel like that should have won an award. All right, Set It Off. They did win a couple of awards. So, yes, and it's just crazy. Oh, I forgot Menace to Society. Also a good movie. I don't think she's not even the main character in that movie, so I'm gonna ignore that. Let me just double check. I don't think she's main character in that. Nah. If I remember correctly, I don't think she's like main character. Like, she's a side character, so I'm gonna ignore that. Queen Latifah, Vivica A. Fox, Kimberly Ellis. Yo, some heavy hitters, dog. But, you know. Anyway, back to... The son didn't say anything. The son's been acting like a little goofball, too. Just yelling out that he's in love with another rapper. Like, actually in love, calling him a boyfriend. Like, if you're gay, that's cool, you're gay, whatever. But I don't know if that was a clout chasing thing or they were really dating, whatever the case may be. Weird. Him just running around with the Batman suit. Actually, it's probably me being a hater. The Batman suit was pretty... Actually, if I had a Batman suit, I'd probably wear it too. This is probably just me being a hater right now. So, I'm going to scratch that one. But he's done a lot of weird shit. Also, Jada's entanglement shit, like, all of Will's transgressions has been low key. So I'm just like, if he did had anything, it was so low key, and it was kept to themselves. That's what I'm saying. But her shit is just so out in the open. And let's go to the red table talk. Let's go milk this shit for the fucking country, for the rest of the world to see. So how I fucking slept with this young nigga without trying to heal him. Like, bitch, you shut your slut mouth. All right? You shut your slut mouth. And for her mother to sit beside her and just look at her daughter with any remnants of like, dude, this bitch is fucking crazy. Like, her mother's an older lady. Like, I believe she has like the older lady morals and shit. I shouldn't say older lady morals. I should just say real morals. Like, if you're gonna do dirt, you do dirt and it not be spoken about. That's what it is. If you do dirt, it should not be spoken about. You guys are rich enough, famous enough, that you can literally just be like, yo, cut that out. We ain't talking about that. And I'm just like, every chance his whole family gets to just embarrassing him. Jada wearing skirts. Now, it's not that big of a deal wearing the skirt. It's a little weird. It's not that big of a deal wearing the skirt or whatnot, because a lot of these younger rappers are doing the skirt shit. Cool, whatever. I'm not really holding Jada to the level that I'm holding the rest of the two females in Will's life to that standard. But they were quick to come at YouTubers for making comments about the sister, but clearly the enemy at home is too close to home and they don't give a fuck about China Tainment. Pig is, how do you hear that your mom slept with your best friend at the time? How do you hear that news? As his mother, you telling me you couldn't just be like, nah, anyone else? Like, it's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. And I would say the same thing about fucking people who sleep with the help. The help sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. Like, that's also fucking weird. But at least it's like there's a disconnect between that. Like, you slept with this guy in your husband's home or family home, whatever you want to say. Let's say you did put 50-50 in the relationship, whatever the case may be. You did all this, but you had 2 kids, so you did take off a couple years, right, to raise your children. So maybe your career wasn't that popping, but I can't say the same thing for all these other actors who have children who really have these numbers, these level of movies. Yeah, made his son a movie star. So it's just mad crazy. You know who I'd love to hear from? Will's first son. So I don't think he's as weird as the rest of them. I would love to hear his perspective on what the fuck is going on. Like, he's related to Will by blood, different mother. He didn't grow up with the money and shit like that. I just think it would be a lot easier, just like if he spoke. I would love to hear his opinion on this itself, because I'm just like, this shit is just so crazy that this man just being disrespected left, right, center, and from everyone that should be close to him. But no one says anything. And back to the slap. Yo, supposedly he's gonna go seek help. He's gonna go. Yo, Will's career was going downhill for some of the movie choices he's made and whatnot. But I really think that his time away, I think he just needs to get away from his family altogether. Get away from him altogether. Divorce her. Just get out of there. And like get back. Like take a year or 2 off. Just really focus on himself. Because realistically, your family don't fuck with you. No one spoke up for you. They don't fuck with you. Like, damn, man, it's crazy. Like, here's the thing. I don't think I would go as hard if I was hearing that Will was a piece of shit. By all semblance of any information that comes out, he's not. He's a genuinely good guy. Genuinely good guy who literally is doing what men are supposed to do. Take care of his family. And all he gets from doing that, doing the right thing but taking care of his family, is hearing about a dead man and how great he was compared to you. Like, you ain't shit. Tupac did this, Tupac did this. Bitch, If you were married to Tupac, you've been a fucking widow. That's all you need to know. And what the fuck would you be? What would you bounce back from? If you would have married Tupac, your 2 kids would have been born, and you would have been a fucking widow. That's what we need to take away from this. And your career that you have now would be non-existent. It's non-existent now, but it would have been non-existent regardless. Like, you'll be a video hoe in the background of videos. Like you keep talking like you were moving and shaking and doing all this shit. You really weren't. From what I've seen, you really weren't. Your acting is very subpar. It's enough of that, man. This bitch is just out of pocket, dog. And it's like people are afraid to talk. We're in this era that you can't say anything. You can't criticize a woman about anything, but they can openly criticize a man about everything. Like, can't talk about their weight. You can't talk about their hair. You can't talk about this and this. All these things that they can't talk about them having multiple kids. Like, all these things you were like, yo, years ago would have been like a plus that you didn't while out. Now it's like, nah, this all happened. I made all these life choices and you have to accept it. Nah, bitch. You didn't have to marry Will. And supposedly you said that there was an article that came out that he was crying at his wedding. You didn't want to marry him. You probably shouldn't have married him. But realistically, what was your other option? Marrying a rapper who's now deceased, and your career wouldn't have even gone as far as it did. A lot of roles and stuff and looks you would have got would have been done. You would have been a video girl. You would have had some acting chops, but realistically, your whole career would have been gone. The Smith name opened a lot of doors for you. You wouldn't have Red Table Talk. All you'll be known as Tupac is Widow. That's all you would have been known for.